The title Countess of Paris has traditionally been held by the wife of the head of the French royal House of Orléans, a branch of the Bourbon dynasty. As one of the most prominent titles in French nobility, it is closely tied to the claimants of the French throne. The most famous Countess of Paris in modern times was Isabelle, Countess of Paris, who was born Princess Isabelle of Orléans-Braganza, a Brazilian royal. Her vast jewellery collection included stunning heirlooms and personal gifts that reflected her status and heritage. So let's explore the most iconic jewellery of the Countess of Paris. Before we start, please support my channel by clicking like and subscribe buttons, and if you wish, you can support me via the super thanks button on YouTube. Empress Josephine's diamond tiara. This extraordinary tiara, set with 1,040 diamonds and weighing an impressive 260 carats, is mounted on yellow gold and exudes timeless grandeur. Its precise origins remain elusive, though historian Vincent Meilhan has suggested it might incorporate elements of a dismantled diamond tiara mentioned in Empress Josephine's 1814 inventory. Despite a lack of concrete evidence, legend holds that this may be the very tiara Josephine wore when crowned by Napoleon at Notre Dame in 1804. In 1949, the tiara entered the collection of Van Cleef and Arpels, who began lending it to prominent figures over the years. One of its most illustrious appearances was in 1966, when Princess Grace of Monaco wore it at the opulent ball commemorating the centenary of the Monte Carlo Opera. Later, in 1988, the Countess of Paris graced the tiara at her granddaughter Duchess Mathilde of Württemberg's wedding ball, further cementing its place in modern royal lore. Orleans Sapphire Parure. Though family lore claimed the Orleans Sapphire Parure once belonged to Queen Marie Antoinette, a letter from King Louis-Philippe clarifies that it was acquired by the Duke in 1821 for 160,000 francs. This exquisite parure showcases fine Ceylon sapphires set in gold, complemented by high-quality diamonds, and includes a diadem, necklace, a pair of earrings, a large brooch, and two smaller brooches. Queen Marie-Amélie wore the complete set for a portrait in the 1830s, creatively pinning the brooches to her skirt. She took the sapphire parure with her into exile in England, ensuring it remained a part of the family's heritage. In the mid-20th century, after the family returned to France, Princess Isabelle of Orléans-Braganza, Countess of Paris, wore the Orleans Sapphire Parure at grand royal events and formal portraits. However, by the 1980s, with the family's wealth largely depleted due to the expense of raising 11 children, the Count of Paris sold the parure in 1985 to the Louvre Museum for a reduced sum of 5 million francs, securing its preservation within the French national heritage. Diamond bracelet Bando. In 1931, when the future Count of Paris married Princess Isabelle of Orléans-Braganza, he gifted her a stunning and versatile Art Deco diamond bracelet bandeau, accompanied by two matching brooches. This elegant set became one of the Countess's signature pieces, frequently worn in the 1950s and 1960s, often captured in photographs during formal occasions. The Countess of Paris shared her cherished bracelet with her daughters, who embraced its versatility, frequently styling it as a bandeau. One notable instance occurred in 1962, when the Count and Countess's eldest daughter, Princess Isabelle, wore the diamond bracelet as a bandeau for a glamorous gala evening at a London theatre. Later, the Countess lent the bracelet to her granddaughter, Princess Clotilde of Orlands, who wore it as a bandeau for her wedding to Edouard Crépy in 1993, continuing the legacy of this exquisite family heirloom. Orlands Sapphire and Pearl Tiara. Crafted by the renowned French jeweller Bapst, the Sapphire and Pearl Tiara is rooted in the personal collection of Queen Marie-Amélie of France. Known for her humility, Marie-Amélie never regarded herself as the rightful Queen of France and only wore her own jewels, even during her husband's reign. She was famously portrayed wearing the tiara along with elements of the Orleans Sapphire Parure arranged around her gown in her state portrait by Louis Hersant around 1836. Although the Sapphire and Pearl Tiara is quite substantial, it was rarely seen in use. Princess Marie Isabelle favoured the Orleans Sapphire Parure, and thus the tiara remained tucked away in family vaults for many years. The tiara finally re-emerged in the 1950s, worn by Isabelle of Orléans-Braganza, Countess of Paris, at the wedding gala of Prince Alexander of Yugoslavia and Princess Maria Pia of Savoy. Chaumet Carliner Tiara. The remarkable Chaumet Carliner Tiara, crafted by Joseph Chaumet around 1930, combines Baroque pearls and diamonds in a sophisticated scroll design set in gold and silver. This striking piece showcases Chaumet's artistry with its elegant curvature and the natural beauty of the pearls. While the tiara's whereabouts from the 1930s to the 1990s remain largely unknown, it reappeared when Chaumet lent it to the Countess of Paris for the grand wedding ball of her grandson, Duke Philip of Württemberg, and Duchess Marie Caroline in Bavaria, held at Schloss Nymphenburg in 1991. In 2015, Chaumet once again loaned the Carliner Tiara for a high-profile wedding, this time to Chinese actress Angela Baby for her marriage to Huang Xiaoming, a lavish affair hailed as China's most extravagant wedding. The tiara now resides at Chaumet's historic flagship store at 12 Place Vendôme in Paris, where it is occasionally displayed and loaned for exhibitions worldwide. Axon Francaise Tiara. In celebration of the marriage between Prince Henry, Count of Paris, and Princess Isabelle of Orléans-Braganza in 1931, the monarchist group L'Action Francaise organised a public subscription to present the young princess with a special wedding gift. The selected gift, a delicate tiara crafted by Maison Melirio, was an exquisite Art Deco creation of sapphires and diamonds set in white gold, crowned with 3 diamond fleur-de-lis motifs symbolising the House of Orléans. The Countess of Paris frequently wore this tiara in her early years, but as her collection expanded to include 2 grand family powders, she began to favour the more opulent pieces. She eventually started to loan this cherished tiara to her 6 daughters in succession, continuing its legacy within the family. Coty Emerald Tiara. Upon her marriage to Prince Henry, future Count of Paris, in 1931, Princess Isabelle of Orléans-Braganza was gifted an extraordinary emerald diadem by French industrialist François Coty. This magnificent diadem, crafted with diamond foliage and adorned with 7 large cabochon emeralds, was a rare addition to the family's jewellery collection. Initially, the Countess of Paris favoured other bigger pieces, leaving the Coty Emerald Tiara largely unworn. It wasn't until the 1950s, when her daughters, the Filles de France, had grown, that the tiara made its public debut. In later years, the Countess sold the Coty Emerald Tiara to her youngest daughter, Princess Chantal, Baroness de Sambucy de Sorgue. Princess Chantal eventually reimagined the piece, transforming it into a pair of emerald earrings and a pendant, thus continuing its legacy in a modern form. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Please do not forget to support my channel by clicking like and subscribe buttons.